Return to Sands of Doom, episode 12. After the big prologue is finished, you guys have all done your little level ups, which we'll understand what all that's about in session in a moment here. But beyond that, you guys have just finished your grandiose fight, ended the beginning of the ending of the end that should have already ended. What better go? Just like how I pinged it. It's the apocalypse post session, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you'd say it.
I think
it's the post-apocalypse post session. I'm very excited for you guys to get back into it after 6 hours of pure combat against a horrific enemy. And for it, you have learned much, gained all that, and most importantly, some would say, saved literally everybody, whether they know it or not. But we will jump into session, but in order to do that, first things first, could I get everyone to put themselves at 2 hero points? And if anyone would like to recap the story so far, or how the fight with the cursed child of a god and the embodiment of the nothingness and chaos, you're more than welcome to. Going once, going twice, and sold with a natural 20 to Angelique. Take it away.
Oh, I ain't getting one in the middle of the session, it seems. So, the 6 hours of combat began with walking into the chamber with Drazul, time being frozen for the rest of us, but Rahima just barely having the ability to move and to speak. Drazul, not being able to understand, asked why we were here, why we were attempting to stop this at all. It was part of the plan. He is simply doing as was designed. And Rahima, in the frozen time, replied, "We won't let you win. We can still stop it." We began the fight with Drazul, who was honestly kind of quickly and summarily dispatched. He really wasn't too big of a deal.
It was 1 of 4th. It's kind of weird.
Hello.
Hi. We're doing the recap.
Hi.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay.
But in the midst of the fight and the chaos, Apep Seth managed to rise from the grave, from the sacrifice of the divine hourglass. Threatening to burst from the temple, we fought it gloriously. We did literally just push, Drazul into a corner. We managed to figure out Apep Seth's core weakness, his own kin, using the Fang of Apophis to poison a head before he very fittingly Ouroboros did and ate it. It would poison it with Apophis's poison, poisoning Apep Seth in return. If we could simply overload his body with enough poison, we could manage it. And over the course of a very precarious fight, with many of us going down, and Arano even dying for a moment before being brought back to life by Militia, for just 6 seconds, Arano saw the afterlife. Maybe we'll see what he saw, or hear what he saw. But, in the meantime, it all came down to one final attack, aided by everybody in the campaign, everybody. The poison for Apophis, Apophis is poison. That a poison. Aided by everybody in the party, Rahima managed to send a gust of Ogrila's jungle through Apophis's head after he had been poisoned sufficiently with Apep Seth, sent the wind through Apep Seth's head with after he was sufficiently poisoned with Apophis's poison, and managed to kill what should not have been killed on basically the buzzer beater If it had been 1 simple second more, he would have burst through the temple roof, swallowed the sun, and ended our existence. And now we find ourselves in the aftermath.
We do. With a mysterious ally and Callista barely clinging to life with a natural 20 on a death save. All right. We will descend back into the temple of Apep-Seth. All right. It is, in a word, completely odd. It's that where you're at in this place is so quiet after what has just occurred. When Apep-Seth was devoured by chaos and night, it wasn't with the death throes of screams out of pain. It just vanished, piece by piece, into darkness, leaving naught but tangled webs of Heka-laced wraps of embalming. The smell within the room lingers with this. It's almost as though this place was cleansed, or it's the supply is like citrus and lemons and blood, and it's as though nothing occurred in this great battle. There is simply the sound of the heavy breathing from those that are clutching their wounds. Perhaps fangs that broke off into pieces of your body should be there, but are completely gone. And this room is filled with this dark green ambiance from these incense burners, these braziers that burn this miscoloration flame, save for the gleaming eyes of Oro, one at the side of Rahima and two in the eyes of the great statue that represented Apep-Seth before he was devastated. Perhaps it's a sweet smell that tips you all off. Something akin to honey. But while you're sitting here, you see they were very close to you, Rahima, early before, those almost little lights, like wisps, but the size of ashes that are glowing, are almost surrounding and moving out as if this great maw of the serpent is breathing it out in a great exhale. And though it is breathing over all of you, you only know this to have been protection for you. And though what it was remaining is gone, you still recognize it like sand dusting the air. The smell, however, and the sound of the flowing water, which is at a weird drip and a weird pressure because many of the heads are destroyed within this place. There is the rocks floating of Drazul that is left over of him that were scattered after you destroyed him. And the smell of pungent and awful, this formaldehydic scent that the closer you are to it, the more almost it smells putrid, but you feel your stomach's gurgle around her as this great dragon, which has no visible bones, but clearly just underneath is this ephemeral fluid, this effluvium that clings to their body and makes this tattered wings and this gleaming red eye of golden make that comes from her face. And all the while you discuss and pull your allies up from the ground, you see on the altar this emerald hourglass, bejeweled, dazzled, yet cracked, though not broken, and empty of its sands. Arano, you feel your heart beat. It's like being told that you have to think about breathing for a moment. It's strange to actually have that physical, and sometimes you kind of take a moment and realize you need to focus for a moment, and it does pump blood for you. But is it really anymore? Perhaps it's just the thrumming in your head. Perhaps it's the absence of it. Or maybe it's the fact that you're holding on to Callista's arm and pulling her up from the ground, and you feel her heartbeat, her palm, as it resonates. You're not even sure if you feel yours. What's the immediate response that Brahima has to a deal being struck with this dark effluvic dragon?
First off, I think that the most pertinent question to ask here is Rahima very familiar with dragons just mythologically? Like, does she know anything about them?
Only recall knowledge.
Mhm.
To your knowledge, dragons were a cornerstone, an anchor piece. Despite the Anubian old ancient ruins often having depictions of various different animal heads, right? The people of the Anubian Empire had various different heads, various different designs, especially the Oru, their gods. Dragons were an anchor for the research here in Kirat, that they all knew each other and were around the same time, because there are depictions of various dragons in Anubian relics, in these old Anubian like maybe urns, or in pyramids or temples or forgotten oases. But they are as forgotten and unseen as Anubians themselves. No one has seen a dragon. There's been, bone collections scattered around. There's likely there's pieces of it being assembled to be dangled in the Anubian college. But an actual dragon itself has not been seen, save Ignis, in thousands of years, to your knowledge.
So I would have no real idea of like what they would be like reputationally.
Depictions of them in Anubian would follow your instincts. They were depicted as greedy, dangerous, and rampant on destruction, is how the Anubians often showed them. And decorations of dragons were something that they had at times. So that reputation is strictly Anubian, that from other games, we'll say, like Above Table.
I see. So your initial question was just like, what does Rahima think of taking on a deal with this dragon?
Yeah, the deal. Knowledge for knowledge.
I think Rahima's very excited about it because from the last insight that she did with on Militia about this deal was that Militia seemed to thoroughly believe that she was getting the better deal here, even though to Rahima she's getting the better deal.
Correct.
So this kind of lines up with Militia thinks that she might be kind of getting one over on us, but if I just let her have this, then that may sort of satiate what Rahima believes to be like maybe like a greedy instinct or something like that.
Yeah, do you look over towards your allies at all?
Yes.
Rahima, as you kind of like think that, and you kind of take the moment as Militia is looking at the hourglass and thinking, I guess the closest person will say, Rahima, I imagine you just got done destroying the world-ending serpent. I imagine, however, you're now focused on knowledge, ideas, these kind of things, but you have, of course, wounds and the like. You're badly injured and exhausted. As compared to you, how is Angelique looking on your left?
I mean, she's pretty much unwounded. She barely got grazed during the fight. She looks almost a little lost, a little confused. Sort of. I mean, we just killed a chaos god serpent in under 60 seconds, so I imagine shock is one of the predominant expressions.
Sure. Do you look like you have an opinion on the deal, or do you think you haven't even heard anything Melissa's been saying with Rahima?
I think you would catch her eyeing Melissa with a sort of dubious eye. A sort of like, But at that, I will note.
But she's not
that
like
has-
offering up.
No. Angelique, I don't think would be offering up much information. I will note she's shooting her the same look that she shot even when she was a human.
Yes.
She seems to has maybe the same reaction to her as this giant dragon.
Yep. And for you, you've likely seen dragon bones have at times been useful to scavenge and sell off. That's what they're good for. You've never seen one alive, of course. You know, they're what's the word? Synonymous with ancient Anubian things, essentially. Okay. I guess you pan over Rahima. That's what Angelique is looking like in this moment. To your left there, you have Arano. Arano, are you still picking up Callista? Are you having a quick conversation? Do you have any idea or thoughts or the manner as there is a thin line of effluvium flowing from your chest in a open wound that is visible to the air?
I think he's completely sidetracked and his attention is taken away as he is holding on to his chest with his left hand, and every once in a while you see him kind of press against his wound, an almost compression or CPR like motion, and I think this is the most unfocused any of you have ever seen him before. He is not quite here.
In those blank stares, are you pressing your hand over the wound?
Yeah, like where the wound is,
I mean,
where this fluid went into his chest, where there was a hole punched through his entire torso and through his organs. He's trying to seemingly make his heart pump.
Rahima, you look at him, and he like open hand, like fingers open palm, like puts a hand over. Apep Seth's fang is like a ballista bolt that hit Drazul. Sized arrowhead. Like, you can see through the rib cage very easily into the heart. Even through the fingers, and you can see that like strange Icarus substance kind of maneuvering its way around, and Arano looks confused in this moment, or unfocused on something else. Callista is hand and elbow on wall, you know, like forearm all the way up on wall, looking towards the mouth and like looking for, is that thing coming back? She doesn't seem to understand what's going on, and she's like quickly flipping the head back to see if Melissa's done anything. Cora, what are you feeling about this deal, and how is Cora looking after this fight?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Cora has not paid any mind to what anybody else is saying whatsoever. Like, the longest standing comrade she knows has a hole in his chest.
Yeah.
Like, never mind what Melissa is doing. Cora is attempting to aid with what healing she knows works, as someone who also has a hole in her chest.
Absolutely.
So, I think it would be, like, kind of experimental at first, maybe, like, healing more superficial wounds, but there's definitely, like, Heka from her mixing in with that.
Immediately something goes wrong.
Oh, no.
It is as though water is running on hydrophobic substance. You bring your arm close and like the light of it close, and like maybe you even try to invoke that radiance that you've used before, and like suffuse some of the divine essence, the Heka essence that's like that permeates your body. And the moment it touches the substance, it just flows off of it, and worse, becomes almost dim and rancid. Whatever you have, whatever's been done, it's fixed him. He is alive. He's standing here. His eyes are vacant, and you recognize Nakora as somebody who has not just been pushed close to death, but has died, was killed, should have ended. And yet this substance of Melissa and her tail, which is connected to him, has kept him alive and is suffusing the heart that is open to you. And your Heka does not interact with it.
Okay. I think, she's probably is seeing Arano trying to figure out, like, hey, heart not doing heart thing, and just opting not to bring attention to the Heka whatsoever. If he hasn't brought it up, she's not bringing it up. She wants to demand answers, but it's best not to panic.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I think she would just kind of like sort of gently nudge his hand away from the wound. Just don't touch it. Your hands are dirty. Just don't touch it. Like, she knows. She's fully aware of what has happened as someone who has also been through it, but now doesn't feel like the time or place. But she's not heard a single fucking word about whatever deal is being made.
Absolutely. It's strange, Corey. You see there's like a vortex-like movement of Melissa's tail, which again is still connected to it at this given time. And you can see that it's like naturally coating the wounds, and it's not healing the wounds, but it's stifling blood loss. He's not bleeding out from what you can understand, and this translucent substance is acting like a thin veneer, a thin barrier, like an oil that is working the same way. It's preventing his blood from leaving in the same way it's preventing your Heka from touching him. And Orano's just looking down at it confused and like not hear it fully at the moment. And then finally, Rahima, you turn, and on your shoulder, of course, on your right is Ignis. Ignis, you see an open wound over there. How are you doing when it comes to this deal, or perhaps what the conversation's coming to?
I think he's kind of similar to Cora, where he hasn't really been paying too much attention. And I think just before our session had ended, he had patched up most of the people and just used all of his soul heals, so he's just... I believe one of his anathemas is against hoarding information, so besides that, that's...
Yeah, you'd want to share, right? To share that out.
Yeah. But he is going to go fly over to these two and start treating their wounds.
Sure. You can begin the process.
Could I do a medicine check on Arana?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Okay. $23.
Ignis, you have healing, and you're able to suffuse the soul with divine magic, healing vitality. So game recognizes game. Practitioner recognizes practitioner, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What is being done here, mysteriously to you, is divine like you. You are an inherently divine being in creation. When you look at the wound and you look at the magic being done here, this suffusion, this grafting of effluvium, it's not like anything you've seen before. You do not believe. You do not believe that this is Asmodean. You do not believe this is hell energy. This is something new, something different, something you've never seen before. This suffuses the spirit. It has a spiritual essence. It is also vitality based. It is clear to you that this would not work on an already dead creature, which is a curious thing considering what she looks like. For that matter, the substance clearly has this cutoff point where, though Melicia's tail is close by, as though to help fuel a fire, it's already begun to change. Ignis, you recognize that the substance that was a part of Melicia is quickly adapting and changing hosts. It's beginning to work and try to mimic something or pursue some method. And you'd realize that it is doing anything and everything, no matter how weird it is, to give it normal function. Arano, do you think your heart's beating as you kind of like look down, your hand is taken?
I don't think so. I think there's blood flow. I think there's maybe a continuous pull, but at least some of the ventricles were destroyed as his chest was punched through. And whatever this material, this magic is, it has replaced a typical functioning heart.
Ima. That
Yeah.
is what these people are thinking at the moment, not of information, but instead of life and death. And yet still Melicia, the savior of Arano, looks to you as though this is the more pressing situation.
May I ask again what she was offering?
Information for information.
Right. I
It
see. I thought that
was-
she had offered something specific.
Yes, it was for you to tell who this person, this thing, how did you know to come here? How did you get here? How did you figure out how to get in, or at the very least, what brought you here? What power did this? And in exchange, she will tell you everything she knows about the hourglass and what she referred to as the divine relics of the Anubian Empire. Because she had inferred that it was in the same classification as her eye, and that there are more of them.
I see, yeah. I think Rahima would kind of think on this, try to think if maybe there is anything for her to further ask about, but I think she comes up short and she says, I'm happy to make this trade. Information for information. That should work for both of us. Would you like me to tell you first?
It's not. Either will suffice.
Then I will tell you of how we got here and how we got into this temple and everything. And Rahima, you can ask me to like go into more detail, but Rahima will give like a genuine rundown from learning about the coiled whisper. In I think we did hear about it in
She's
that.
I will impress upon you to where you start because this she will be probing during the explanation. Very
I see.
specifically.
Okay. In that case, then I'm so sorry. Give me one moment.
Yeah.
I'll just think about what exactly I'm gonna say.
What you would start with for what brought you here, yeah.
Mm.
She gives kind of like a bow of a nod as it happens. And Melicia's head moves in between Angelique and Cora's bodies. As she's like using her claws to lean over the altar. And Angelique, as you are getting close to her, you see the skeletal frame of a dragon kind of just like through your light, through this blackened substance. As she leans in close, and Ignis, you're kind of beating the treat wounds. Cora, Angelique, and Arano, you're broken from your concentration or your unfocused state with a "You will live." As she brings up the red eye and just begins to inspect the wound. But I can do no more.
I did die, though.
Yes. But death is only the beginning for the journey to the afterlife. I denied your passage.
It was... Thank you. I think
It was an informed decision. If it would have eaten your spirit, it would have healed. All would be lost.
Oh.
I think Cora's not saying a fucking word, but she's definitely like glaring a hole through her right now.
You kind of turn the head and look at her at that.
Yeah, it's just like the eyes burning hole through face. Like
You see the substance almost react to your emotions, literally, like a fluid kind of begins to reverberate, and the head kind of turns. You see the non-ruby-eyed eye. It's like looking into a concave ripple of liquid that reflects light rather than anything else, like a hollow socket with a very particular reactive fluid. And she looks at you and simply says, "Yes, you desire. Thank you."
I desire a thank you?
That is why you're angry, no? You brought the fang. You
I'm angry
will
because
reap
my
the glory.
friend almost died.
She cocks the head.
I'm angry because we all almost died. I appreciate your help, but do not reduce this to a tactical decision.
She like blinks. It's like this sheen. Would you have not done the same?
Not for the same reasons, apparently. But it doesn't matter. He's alive.
She, like, sits there for a moment. You care for him?
You have nobody you care for. She's like countering questions with questions at this point.
She, like, bobs the head and seems to think about that for, like, a little bit. Almost consulting something. And then... No longer. This world owes you a debt. All of you. In my experience, it will never pay it forward.
You got that right.
You be less upset if I let him go.
If he dies here, she, like, her free hand is, like, up in almost, like, a choking motion. But then she takes a breath, and she just sighs. It doesn't matter. He's alive. He's alive. That is what matters. Leave me be.
The eye moves away, back to you, Rahima. And you see,
Oh, pardon.
in this strange, compact nature, as if to leave Korra's, like, vicinity, you would see reforming is this more lithe form. It's as though the substance goes into the vague shape of a humanoid and then begins to reflect light in a manner of which your eyes begin to just perceive a woman rather than the black substance. And she looks over at you. Have I done something wrong?
Korra ignores the fuck out of her.
No, you saved Urano.
Have you thought on our deal?
I have, yes. I'm ready to tell you our tale, if you are ready to tell us yours.
Our agreement was for who led you here, not your tale.
True. I suppose I guess I got a little bit ahead of myself. But to say who led us here in the first place is a little bit complicated. Because from what we understand, we have been led here not willingly per se, but we have been told that we are fate bound, that this coiled whisper was what brought us here.
A whisper? Did it come in your dreams?
Yes, throughout our lives, as far as I can tell.
Feminine?
Yes.
All of you?
Rahima looks around to confirm.
Callista
Yeah.
looks over like, no?
Yeah, I heard it once in person too.
It spoke to you when you were awake.
Yeah, pretty important moment of my life.
Hmm.
I met my wife.
I see.
She, she spoke to me when I was awake as well, when I was quite young, and I met Hauke.
Interesting.
Spoke to me when I was awakened, as I hatched.
You hatched here?
I did.
How long ago?
As long as that city, Kirat, has been there. 20 years or so.
How many more eggs are there?
I believe I'm just the only one that I know of.
And you came from?
Hell, I believe. A gift from my god and someone else.
Your god.
Yes, Asmodeus, and someone who whispers.
The Lord of Flies? In 20 years ago? That is illogical. That's... Surely Lord of Lies did not plan this. Could not plan such a transaction. Sure, he couldn't have finished the transaction. This...
What makes you say that?
The Lord of Lies was torn to pieces.
Oh?
What? What now?
The scraps were fed to Amut's kin.
That's very interesting.
I'm...
Okay.
She kind of just sits there for a second. Perhaps
I
was
got no
more devious than I had thought. Perhaps it was a transaction laden before death. You don't worship him now, do you?
I do, yes.
And he gives you power?
Yes.
She looks at you pointedly, and you watch as the ruby eye appears over the decayed side of her face. She says out loud, "Why is this dragon able to use magic and bestowed gifts upon by Asmodeus?" And she just kind of sits there for a moment, and you see the light within the ruby eye flash and move. She nods. That is unfortunate. She doesn't elaborate. I understand now.
Why is it unfortunate?
He's being lied to.
And not by the Lord of Lies?
That's why I thought it to be known. And you? She looks at you, Cora. Were you also spoken to during your lifetime?
The deal you made with Rahima does not involve me.
Clever. She turns the eye away.
Don't speak to her.
That's that arbiter shit coming in.
Yeah.
How you like that?
She turns away and says, "Very well. And she brought you here, spoke to you during your lifetimes. This is similar to what I've heard from other people I've spoken to. I spoke to the people upstairs before they turned on Drazul statues. I believe I have my understanding, and if it's all the same to you, I would like to leave this layer of kings as soon as possible. Unfortunately, the longer I'm now within your presence, the more danger I'm in, considering who you're in allegiance with."
Do you not have anything else to tell us?
I'll tell you everything. A promise is a promise. But
But we must away, is what you're saying.
I must. You stay here, preferably away from me.
May I insight, or not insight, God, my
Sense
D&D
motive?
voicing. Yeah, sense motive.
Yeah.
Let me just...
I'll do my tree moons now.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. She's very easy to read. You know what she is, right? And like you'd think that she'd be a good liar. She's not. She, despite what the Anubian, whatever this Anubian, you know, think of them as devious, dark creatures of like ancient times that hoarded wealth and destroyed villages. She's laid it out in front of you. The moment that she heard your description of who guided you here and what you're doing and how, she doesn't look like she thinks you're a threat, but you can tell immediately that she believes that the closer that she is to you now, the more danger she's in, as it would appear as though whoever is guiding you or that voice is enemies of each other with her.
I see.
You don't get like a malice in the manner of which like, I'm going to kill you on behalf of it. It's more like, I see. Well, I can't be in the same room with you anymore. And it's not personal. You know what I mean?
Right, I get you. She does not think that we are the threats, but yeah, I get you.
Yes.
And she has come through on a promise before, so... Alright. Well, you have come through on a promise before. I think that's understandable. Clearly, what guides us is dangerous to you.
Yes. She like just stares at you for a second as though waiting.
Oh, bye-bye.
But do you not wish... Is our deal over?
Oh, no. I thought that you were going to do it later. That I misunderstood. I would like to hear it now.
No,
Yes.
prophecy is a coward. I am not in danger at the moment.
Prophecy is a coward?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain?
The force that guides you that wishes to be the end of me and has tried to end me before has tried to guide me as well, and I proved unruly, I believe, or perhaps not willing to bend, and thus they have tried to destroy me, but they will not risk themselves to do so. They will send someone else, something else, whether it knows it or not, under some lie or belief to kill me.
I see. Yes, I would like to hear what you have to say as well.
Absolutely. A deal is a deal. Arano... Oh, I think Arano just stepped away. Was that healing for Arano, Ignis?
I believe it was for Callista and Arano.
For
Ward
Ward Medic. Got it. Okay. Callista kind of gives you a thanks, and pats you and says, "That's a good little guy. Thanks." I don't have anything on me at the moment, if you don't mind.
That's fine. We're not at my clinic.
Very well. She kind of gives a nod and just keeps kind of like a little bit of a face forward in case there's any more danger within this room. I'll heal Arano on your behalf. Has robust health. Look at that. 29 HP instead. Fully
Damn.
unharmed.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah. With the aid of you, it has begun to move Scab and Scar over, but even your healing doesn't interact with that wound. There's still that effluvium fluid that is blocking vitality magic from touching it.
Interesting.
With Arano gone, I'll move on then. She simply put, kind of looks towards you, Rahima and Angelique, and says, Your understanding was that you wished to know of more of these objects you had asked me, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. She will kind of like throw her hand behind you, like to look behind you.
Mm-hmm. Now I will.
All of you who look and kind of stare, you see along the walls and these alcoves and corners, you see ancient hieroglyphs. You see a multitude of people standing, bowing, being offered gifts of multi-animal head. And she says, after I leave, those that can understand this and wish to look forward, the information is all there for confirmation if you do not wish to believe me. This place is the Lair of Kings, a place of which a great gift was given a long time ago. It was a place where 3 were chosen. There is many of these objects, but I suppose to give you context, because information without context is simply vomit, like word vomit. So, how aware of you are you of the Anubian Empire's gifts given by the Eniac?
I'm sorry, what is she? How many of us are the Anubian Empire's gifts given by the Ennead?
How aware are you of the Anubian Empire's gifts given by the Ennead?
I see. Just reading my notes.
Yeah, I'm going through mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you're writing notes at the same time. I'm sorry.
Arano, you've been healed up to whole with the treat wounds given to you. Your wounded condition is removed. Despite your heart not beating, and despite that, do you think you're feeling pain at the moment?
I think there's like a low-grade persistent clinch.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever had like a palpitations or anything like that, where it's the clinch of it, and I think that's the low-grade ache that persists the entire time.
You had seen Melissa speak for a moment, and she spoke on some heretical words and the like, and then she had turned matter-of-factly. She seemed to inspect you whenever you were fully healed, and you feel some strange connection that she had with you detach. As though it's like feeling the presence of somebody over your shoulder, and then them walking in front of you to leave the room. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't know they were there until they left in front of you.
Yeah.
And again, you feel like kind of like cold chill run through your veins.
I think everything he's experienced and everything that he's seen recently has put him off kilter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think there's much of the self-assuredness, the bravado. I don't think any of that's at the forefront right now. I think that he's almost disassociating this entire time now.
Yeah, you can see she looks into your eyes with her good eye. Do you have any emotions towards her? Or are you thinking of other things?
I think there's too much big things. Too many big things happened in such a short period of time that I don't think he's comprehending that. Like, we fought a world-devouring creature. We were guided here from millennia ago. We saw another dragon, something that, you know, spoken of in myth and legend, but like no one held, like,
The
being
gleaming
familiar
gift of
with
Alkirat.
Ignis,
Yeah.
yeah, is not the same thing. that
Correct.
confirms that there are more in the world, and then also just died.
Yeah, exactly.
Did not see hell.
Yeah. You see more things around you in the room than other people do at the moment, especially Angelique's light is making you confused. Considering. Like it is like a beacon into that, and you feel nauseated in its presence, though you did not before.
I think with the final straw of having that pseudo-observed sensation creep across the back of his neck and have that severing from whatever connection she had against him, I think he's just going to go over here to the wall and just have a little sit.
Okay. For the rest of you, Ulysses asked you a pointed question, not necessarily just to Rahima, but to everyone.
How aware we are of the gifts of the Ennead, right?
Yeah.
I am not aware specifically of any gifts from the Ennead.
Well, I was paying mighty close attention to what Rumbold said. He said that Heka, didn't he?
Yes, Heka, actually. No, you're right.
He said that Heka was the gift from the Ennead to the Nubian Empire. That's about it, really.
You are on a head start, further than most. Yes, it is a gift given of power, one that cannot be replaced. But these, she gestures to the hourglass. When the Nubians became of fervent faith to the new Ennead, when they adopted their belief zealots in it, and religious doctrine became the new norm of these ancient humans, they adapted their culture to resemble the Aru, and were lavished with gifts like Heka. Some used it for magic, some used it for physical strength. It was able to do anything. It still can. Hold it close. Yet, they constructed great temples. Blasphemers were punished, enslaved, killed, or worse. And all were taught, no matter what, to live for the Aru. And the Aru fell in love with their new charges, doting them with blessings, sharing the land with them in material form, if given the chance. The first pharaoh was born of the union of an Aru and a mortal, Anubis, their god of the dead. This was a living bridge, one that could not be undone. And thus, when the divine lineage gave rise to a true dynasty, the pharaoh ascended the throne. The first great war was committed, and the first god was slain. As a gift, the Ennead granted, upon the first death, she gestures to the emerald hourglass, the first divine relic. It is only able to be wielded by those that can handle its power. It changes its wielder, prevents them from aging, prevents them from being affected by the other relics. She kind of inspects it closer. Death has little bearing on the relic bearer, and it grants them an enormity of power, depending on which. For this emerald hourglass, it was time. I know not its specifics. I have never seen it in person. It was stolen long ago, or perhaps given to Rishan, knowing our history. You've seen my ruby eye of knowledge.
Yes.
It also grants some measure of inherent knowledge of the Aru, of the Ennead, of the Duat, of everything. She shakes her head. I'm getting lost in the details. I would tell you of all of them if you wish, but I do not believe... She kind of like looks towards all of you, and you can see she's checking to see if you guys are still wanting this information, or if that is enough for you all.
What was the name that she said? Rashad?
Rashen. You'd recognize that as the name as the remember that thing you fought in the other room? The Tomb of Rashen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
The one whose staff you have.
Do we have the staff? I thought it turned into a snake and went in the door.
The head of it did, and then it retracted when it opened.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, still in my pockets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Angelique is listening intently.
Yeah.
Okay. She like looks around. Very well. She kind of gives a nod and says, some of the relics were given to very particular individuals. Some of them were too powerful to even be granted or taken by mortals. Some were given under only the purview of the Aru or a member of the Ennead itself. One such example is the crown, or the nemes of kings in your language. But there are, in my approximation, in my study, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 in known history. There was the bronze staff, able to tear, well, let's just call it, control over matter and shadow. There was the crown of crystals, one imbued with all natural life's gifts. There was the emerald hourglass, as you know it, able to control time. The flail of reeds, able to conjure life. There was the hand of brass, able to create life from... No, that's wrong, thank you, she says to herself. Able to create from life beautiful things. The knife of topaz, to strike down in burning light all of Ra's enemies. The mask of opals, befitting Bastet's guile. There was the moonstone cloak, able to shield us from the stars and their dark enemies. The Onyxian jar, given to the high priest of Anubis. There was the ruby eye, the sapphire ring, harnesser of all elements in the world itself, and the pharaoh's relics. The crook of law to ensure Nubian and Ennead guidance was permeated throughout the empire, and the Ankh of everlasting life, able to, well, I suppose you could infer it. She kind of just gives you a look. The Ankh and the crook were only able to be given to the pharaohs, who were crowned within this room by the Nemes of the kings. The Nemes allowed its bearer to be able to wield all three of the relics at once. For a child of divine blood is able to harness two, but a pharaoh... She kind of like gives an exaggerated look. That is my knowledge of the divine relics. I have been in search of this one for some time. It is a shame it has been expunged just for Apep Seth's revival.
Wow.
I only know cursory knowledge. I'm sure that your mistress, matron, knows far more. I implore you to ask her of them the next time you see her. She would know their uses intimately.
I don't know, I can't speak for everybody, but I've never met her. No clue what she looks like. Just a voice I've heard once or twice in my life.
Oh,
Same here.
how sad. Well, I suppose then I will explain that the last relic was given when the last was needed to be killed, the Lord of Lies. But it was all in the sake for something that they called divine harmony. See, divine harmony is the Aru are structured, and they themselves structured the Anubia hierarchies, so that each region would be ruled and controlled autonomously from the grander empire. High priests were expected not to meddle with the affairs of their neighbors. Even the pharaoh himself was limited in what he could do to punish or sway the decision of other rulers within the empire. And thus the divine relics were deemed that the bearer of one could not use its power to affect another. It is mocked. It is order. But there is one that ignores this. The Golden Spear. I have only heard of it in legend, but it is said to be able to be wielded against those that would turn against Anubia and its great powers. But the Golden Spear was only able to be given by a member of the Ennead.
I see. Well, thank you very much. Do you have anything else for us?
I am... She kind of like sits there. Our deal was promised, and I have done what I have promised. You asked me questions, and I asked more questions whenever you were explaining to me. I cannot give you broad strokes because I do not know your knowledge, but I can give you specifics if you ask me. If you do not have any specific questions, then I will assume that our arrangement is over.
I can't think of anything specific right now off the top of my dome, but if you guys do.
Out of character, I would maybe ask if there was a way to communicate with her further later.
True.
I got nothing. I could ask her about what this empire. She spoke of this empire as if it was a different one entirely, but I fear she either wouldn't answer me or would. And, well, that opens another can of worms. Yeah. I got no more specific questions about the relics, at least. I've written most of what she said.
I've tried to keep up. I have no more specifics either.
Okay. I also don't think it is lost on Rahima that she is speaking as though she was either there or very close to the topic.
Yes,
Um,
yeah. I
so
caught that
if you have
before.
any
I caught
other
that,
questions
yeah.
whatsoever, this is likely your only chance with her before she leaves. As you guys, luckily, you established that her you guys are being guided by the great enemy that wants to kill her, and she does not want to be near you. But she has promised that she'll tell you things. So.
I feel as though I do have questions. I don't know how to phrase it in character.
Sure.
Hmm.
I mean, let it fly out of character then.
Yeah.
Say, Rima
fair enough.
says something along these lines.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's what I do.
No, actually, I think I got it. I think Rahima will ask, you speak as though you were there. Did you come into contact with the Silent Serpent at all?
I don't believe I have. I think likely I had seen them at one point. During the height of the Anubian Empire, I was within a cage until it all fell to ruin.
I see.
did not get to see much while I was peeled.
Mm-hmm. Even Rahima, who's been like pretty,
Yeah.
like goes, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, peeled, right. That's very evocative.
Interesting.
You seem
Yes,
confused.
interesting.
It is whenever there is the topmost layer, likely usually dermal whenever it's done on humanoids.
I sort of I did understand
I got the
the
gist. It's-
concept. Why were you peeled?
Well, the Anubians first slew the dragons. They were the natural enemy of the world. Well,
Right.
they were the natural enemy of them as they were born of this world and not of the foreign world, of the Great Journey. Instead, they wished to fell our kind first, and our kind derive our power from our scales. I was captured after I was hatched and placed within a cage, and I was experimented on in a unique transaction. I was cloven, picked and prodded by the previous wielder of the Ruby Eye, a high priest of Anubia. He used what was called the Obsidian Blade, a relic that I don't believe is within use anymore, as it was destroyed.
No, yes.
But it was used as a scalpel on many of my kind, including me. I was suffused with false divinity. The High Priest of Anubia was, I believe, at odds or believed the Pharaoh Amu to be a heretic, or perhaps his father, and wanted to slay him. But the Pharaoh is immune to death, immune to all things. He is the child of death and bears the Ankh of life. So instead, he attempted to recreate the Ankh of life using my scales and using my draconic heritage, and I am what remains. I am a failure of the project. They succeeded on the rest of my kind. What was left of them were nothing but war machines, but I believe they were all slain. Have you seen any in the last 2,000 years? She looks on to everybody.
The closest I have ever seen is Ignis.
There we are.
I mean, the most is I ever saw bones. Sold a few.
I believe that to be a rightful ending to them. What they were becoming at the hands of the Anubians was awful. She nods. Is this silent serpent a dragon?
No, as far as depictions of her have been, she is serpent but with a saurian head, more like a tyrannosaurus.
Interesting. It sounds familiar, and I will look into it if you wish, though I don't know if we're going to meet each other ever again. Unless fate deems it. Unfortunately, no. I, however, would tell you this. If they remain, hold them close. You have prevented the end, and you seem to be changing. I can see it. And... She kind of just, like, thinks for a second. You are not what
And
they will make you. Now then. She, like, looks away.
Hello? Hello?
Hi. Are you there?
My internet went out a little bit.
I see.
I'm sorry. She said, hold them close and it cut off.
Hold them close. They are not what they make you.
They are not what they make you, I see.
You are not what they make you. I apologize. That was it.
Ah, I see.
You are not what they make you.
I'm not what they make me.
She nods.
They is the coiled whisper.
The Aru. You're changing like the Anubians were. And I wish to tell you, you have yourself.
Well, my hypothesis was a little bit correct. That is exciting.
Hypothesis? Oh, you must... She stops. Wait. You are likely to be my soon enemy. So... And she, like, begins to turn her head. If that is all the questions you had for me, I will... Either you will need to take your adieu, or I will.
I see no further reason to stay in this place other than to get rumbled and then get out. Do any of you have anything else to do? As much as I would like to stay and examine the ruins further.
No, I kind of want to feel the sun on my skin.
I would recommend you use the time to infer on what these walls say. They tell a story, one that is very telling.
Then I will do that. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for all the information.
The hourglass is yours. You found it first, and I don't believe I'll have the means to return it. Hakan, I do not... The gift of the Ennead is not a gift to me. I cannot use it.
I can imagine, yes. From the peeling.
Yes. She nods. Do not allow it to fall into the wrong hands. Do not let it leave your own. You seem unaware of what you've been entangled in, and I desperately hope that the end of their entanglement with you is this place.
I have a feeling that is not the case, but we will see.
Trust your own actions. Your own words. Now then, I have long since wondered what this place looked like. This is the ritual chamber of the rite of the last sun. It is where they crowned the pharaohs of the empire. She looks down at the blood on the ground, nods. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, bye. If we face each other again, it tries to make me kill you. I ain't doing it.
She looks at you curiously. Why?
Well, you just saved our life.
And the lives of every single person on this world.
Interesting. She turns around. She gives a look down towards you, Ignis. And she has this look of, if only things were a little bit different. As though in the time between you guys being in fight with each other and hearing what you guys have had to say, she doesn't feel safe around you anymore. And she begins to walk away. She takes the moment to look around at the walls, getting a good look at all of it. And begins to leave. Arano, the lack of her presence doesn't change your feeling, and clearly her presence also didn't change it. You hear a lot of words being said around you, but the adrenaline is still in the back of your mind, and usually that manifests in a heartbeat, but there is none for it to mimic. Callista kind of grabs your shoulder and says, "Hey, you awake? We both almost went to hell."
There was no hell.
You good?
Angelique will,
It looks
step
like he's going to
closer.
repeat what he says, but then flinches at the light pouring out from Angelique.
she'll actually kneel down next to you and kind of,
What'd you see? You died. What'd you see?
He kind of puts a hand up and trying to block the light and the futility of that, and that it's just
fine. She'll just hold out her hand and the hat will reform from ashes. And yeah.
It's
She
like
puts it back on her head.
It's like a room full of people. A room, I would even say like your home was filled with people that you didn't even know were there, or just the anxiety of it. The moment the light fades, you're comfortable. You're in your own body. You're okay.
I think finally a smidge of attitude comes back, and it's specifically because it was you, Angelique, who just had this glaring light and then had the audacity to kneel down in front of him and demand questions from him when he's dealing with all this existential shit, and it's just you. Just you.
Imagine Cora still holding your hand.
Finally, I don't know if Cora was still holding my hand.
I mean, if you moved, probably not.
Yeah, he went for a sit. There was big emotions, big stuff. Y'all were talking about capital letters and proper nouns, and it was just whooshing right over his head. And he was like, I need to vibe a little bit.
Sit down.
Yeah, just a little small breakdown, a quiet little shattering. And I think you asking him that, Angelique, gets just that little curl of the lip as he turns and finally looks somebody in the eyes. Who's the one with the wings over your shoulder?
She kind of cocks her head to the side. What? She glances behind her. Nothing, I assume.
Nothing.
She feels spiritually, I guess, for her wife.
You don't feel anything.
I don't even feel the presence of my wife anymore, which is a separate issue I'm currently struggling to deal with. No wings last I checked.
There were doors. And there were faceless, featureless people that it's hard to identify, but you would know. You would have to know your own shape, right? And I think it's just one little step from one side to the other.
You just walk endlessly with no destination in sight, right?
I wasn't there long. I didn't get to go anywhere. It was calm and peaceful, and it set my teeth on edge. But there was a light being cradled by a feminine figure with wings. And then there was a jackhammer running through my chest, and I was getting bat back out of the mouth.
Well, Apep Seth. So, I can make you feel worse if you want.
The philosophical person inside of me would say that at least I'm alive to feel worse. Is that what I'm supposed to expect out of this?
At least take some comfort. You and I had the same afterlife.
That doesn't comfort me.
No, it doesn't comfort me either. It kind of
That
freaks me the fuck out, actually.
It just brings more questions. It
Yeah. Doors, people waiting at them. What about you, Cora? I heard you say on the boat you died. That makes 3 of us. Anybody else? She takes a glance around the room. Anybody else in this
died in here?
Anybody else in this room died and came back to life?
Helge, you got anything? He shakes his head. Oh, no, I good.
I mean, that sounds impossible to happen, but
Yeah.
I mean, I believe you. You're saying it, but closest I got, you just saw.
Yeah.
I didn't see no doors. I didn't see anything.
Well, next time you can get the hole punched through your chest instead.
Shoot, I mean, I owe you one.
I think if anybody was looking at or near Cora whenever Callista said what she said, you would be able to audibly hear her suck in a breath. Like, that was disturbing news, what she just said.
What's up,
If
Cora?
it's all the same, I'd rather not have anyone do it again.
Well, if it's up to me, none of you motherfuckers are dying, so.
Well, I must prefer that.
I do too, but Cora, those doors, wasn't it?
Cora looks at Angelique for a long moment. Like, hands on hips, obviously mulling something over before she shakes her head. No.
I'm
I
gonna
was in
sense
the
motive.
Duat.
Yours was
Sure.
in the Duat. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
sense
she would
motive.
offer it freely, but there is definitely something else there. It's worth sense motiving, I would say.
Okay.
But
I keep opening up my character sheet to do sense motives.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll send you the
Okay.
results.
Okay.
Is this worth devising a stratagem? No, wait, no, I'm not level 4 yet, technically. Never mind. You didn't hear that.
Well,
What? I thought it was
well,
just spell slots, but everything else is good to go, right?
well.
Well,
And we ain't gotten the Night's Rest. I'm not taking the devised
Well.
stratagem on that.
well,
I'll say if you're not using it, you're not using it. I'll get to that later. Well, I'll get to that later. I'll
I'm
send.
not using it. I'm not using it.
I'll send a thing over to you, Cora.
okay.
Act with that as you will.
I see. Okay. What's up?
I was gonna say,
They were about to say something.
if you want to say that what you were staring at with Angelique counted as you aiding Angelique to give them a +1, I'd be
No.
okay with that. Okay, cool.
Was
No,
it-
Cora was genuinely. It's one of those looks where it's just like somebody's trying to figure out how to give you the truth but spare you the pain of it. If that makes any sense.
I see.
However, Angelique, you can tell immediately that Cora is 100% not telling you everything that she knows about this particular subject. But she is not lying. When you ask about the doors, and she waits, and then she says, no. I was in the Duat for a brief time, but no doors. It was outside. I could see the stars, all of them. Hear the river. That was a long time ago. She's being completely honest, but it's not the whole truth.
Lie by omission.
Sure.
Okay.
You can choose to see it that way.
I mean, that is... If you leave something out that would, you know?
I feel like lying has a specific intent to it.
Yeah,
but
fair. Not lying, but just not giving everything. Okay. Yeah, she'll say...
If it means anything, because you rolled as well as you did, I'm willing to say that, like... she's... Oh my goodness. It's not that she... How do I explain? She doesn't seem to be withholding out of any sort of, like, disdain or mistrust. If anything, there's, like, anxiety, which I don't think any of you have ever seen anxiety on Cora before. But you see it now.
Like a fear that the information once said
Cannot be unsaid.
Okay. Yeah, I think she'll slowly, kind of like in an understanding, like slowly up and then quickly down, like, right. Okay. I think I get it. So, that just confirms, at least to me, what she said about Asmodeus then. If we all had the same, well, me and Arano. She like shoots you a look, Cora. If me and Arano had the same afterlife, then sums up.
I died before I ever knew Asmodeus.
Well, that explains it.
Sorry, for those of us that don't speak backwards riddles, can we?
All right, Callista.
Callista's like
okay.
holding up her hands, like.
All right, Callista. I died, and I was brought back to life. Rano here was just brought back to life after he died. He should have gone to hell, right?
I guess he didn't. Did he die? I mean, looks.
He did.
Okay.
You saw the hole in his. You saw the hole in his chest, sister.
I've seen somebody in the desert get hit by a rust skeleton and have the blood sucked out of the top of their head, and then be healed by Zaluna, Zenzara, and live. So, forgive me for not immediately believing you.
Fair.
Reinflated his head like a
When
balloon.
was she in the desert?
They brought her. They brought him back. They brought him back.
Don't you?
No.
They brought him.
When was she in the desert?
She kind of like puts her hands up. Listen, I just got out of being killed. You can take that up with Deluna, okay? I'm just saying, maybe it wasn't death. Maybe, maybe what you saw. I mean, Cora, you're an Arbiter Asmodeus. Like, I get you could totally arrest me and whatnot, but like, did you die or did you just kind of like pass out for a while? I've
think
heard of
Cora-
horrible mirages.
I think Cora would like kind of cut her off really quick. Just like roll the eyes, take Callista's hand, and then like put it up to his jugular, like up to the neck.
All right, well that doesn't bode well.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh wait, you don't have a pulse either.
A little
Fuck.
curl to his lip turns into a full snarl.
Fuck me. Sucks, man. All right, point being, he should have died and went to hell. He didn't. He went to where I went when I died. And I was dead for... She looks at Ignis. Evidently a lot longer than a fucking 10-day.
This is something we need to figure out outside of here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it though?
I can help in some ways. She's very obviously disjointed while she's saying this, like
Yeah.
not trying to be mysterious, but also like she's very
There's a
obviously
lot.
dancing around something. But I cannot do here. I have to talk to someone first.
Fair. Fair enough.
Very understandable.
I want to get the sun on my fucking skin. I want to get rumbled out of here.
As soon as we take a little quick, like just a pause as we walk out, I know I do kind of want to make some notes, but other than that, we'll be right out.
Good luck convincing my father to leave in any timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
But Cora's gonna glance over at that hourglass. Has anybody put that in their pocket yet?
I haven't.
I have.
Rahimo. Actually, no. Rahima will say, Cora, you should probably hold on to the hourglass. As much as I would like to look at it, I'm not sure I am the most defensible one.
Sure. And she's also not sure if she's the best one to hold this relic of the Aru, but she will pick it up and kind of like examine the lack of sand.
It's not fitting in any of my pockets.
Give me a fortitude save.
Oh, yay! I'm good at those. Let's see. I have right. Victor. Yippee! How's a 26 do?
The light leaves your eyes and you begin to pass out. Like immediately. all of you watch Cora begin to teeter over as the Heka core, like in her chest, goes black, like dims immediately, and you see flowing through her arms to go into the hourglass, Cora's life.
Oh shit! Yeah, Rahima will quickly like snatch it off.
Well, the moment that happens, Cora, you're going to grasp yourself at life as people begin to like come over and help you. You prevent this from happening. You don't die here or anything like that, but you were unrealizing of what this would be whenever it happens. What do you cling on to prevent the Heka from leaving your body?
Cling on to physically or cling on to mentally?
It would be probably mentally, like your spirit.
I think her spirit is probably moored by the thought of, like, she doesn't want the last thing that she experiences, or the last thing that she ever did, was to leave an orphan in her husband's care. Like, she wants to go home to them.
Sure. When that happens, the Heka stops halfway up down your arms, and you very easily pull it back in. It's the sudden sensation of falling, but then catching your legs, if that makes sense. It's not that this is being willed out of you, it's that the Heka naturally wanted to do this. You still have it in your hands as your allies also put their hands on it. But you feel that feeling in you that if any time you wanted to die and the Heka to go into it, you could.
Yeah, I think as soon as somebody else has a hold on it, she lets it go. Yeah, no, not for me. Not for me.
I'll hold on to it.
I've got it in your inventory. Cora, if you want to hand it off.
Oh, good heavens. Don't give me the kill yourself hourglass.
You've got the nuke.
Well, as Rahima, you see this happen, you remember exactly as what Milicia said. What will restore this thing is Heka.
Yeah, I just did not think of it.
Of course. No, of course. I'm just saying that, Cora, you also heard those words. You kind of have this moment of like, oof. Clearly, it wanted to go.
Yeah, it meant all Heka, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, don't you also have the Eye of Oro?
You're going to put it in a different bag.
Hand it to me. I'm not carrying any Heka.
probably for the best.
Hand it to me.
Yeah, that is fair.
Okay, Cora's gonna stumble her way out of here.
Cora, did
Press the little X next to your name.
Yeah.
It looks like a deny request. It's the accept button. I don't know why it's an X.
Yeah.
It's so silly. What are you gonna say, Adamira?
Uh-huh. You stumble around, but immediately the light returns to your eyes. It was just like a fleeting second. It was like an unexpected, sudden, like, oh, whoa, like, it's like having all the blood in your body move to one side. And like
Yeah, I think she's still kind of shaking off that vertigo, though, as she sort of just, like, stumbles down the steps and just like, okay, yeah, Snake Dad, gonna go find Dad.
Rayma, you have to accept the trade.
I thought I did.
Hit the button.
I
You have to also
did.
hit that button.
I did.
It says you've not accepted the offer.
restart.
I think I have. I think I might have to give you something.
You
don't have to.
Nope.
It says that you haven't accepted the.
I
I'll
clicked
try
the
it again.
button. Yeah.
Everybody click the button again. Both people click the button.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Probably just like
I have it. She hands it to me. It's
Okay.
tiny. Okay.
Something that very clearly happens is
Oh, God.
each of you who grab it notice that in your hands it becomes different sizes automatically.
Oh.
Huh. That's weird. Can I get any sort of read on that? Any sort of why on
It
that?
seems to be adapting to its bearer. It just has no power in it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, she'll take it. She'll put it in her bag.
All right. Around as you get up, Callista kind of helps you up by your shoulder, and Cora, you begin to stumble away.
Yeah, her thoughts are checking on Rumbolton and getting the fuck out of here.
Sure.
Here, let me.
I mean, earthquakes are common around here, you know? Like, I mean, I don't think that it was anything to be concerned
Grandma,
about.
good news.
They would tell us if we had to move. They wouldn't leave us in here. Oh! I think I hear them.
Good news. We stopped the end of the world. We're good.
I had assumed so, considering you have returned. He, stands up. I had thought
Hey,
it
before-
but oh! I assume you, grab him?
This is where Melissa came from.
I was just gonna say, before he stands up, I think Cora literally just, hits the wall, slides down, and then just, slumps over
Aw.
against him, just ugh.
He comes over, he, holds you and
I
says,
don't feel good.
"What's wrong, my dear? My little son?" She, holds on to you, and you see he, pats on the side and says, "You've gone cold."
Almost killed myself with the hourglass.
Did it have an interaction with you?
Tried to take the Heka.
Oh. I don't understand. He kind of says, "It should be. If it's a gift of the it had no reason to need a car."
Yeah. Well,
well, that was
she'll
we-
pull it out of her bag and show him.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was. Never mind.
No,
it's
go on.
okay.
No, go on. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I imagine as you both say it, that was before, and then Angelique draws it from the pocket at the same time. He looks between the two of them, looks at you, and says, "I was wondering how he would finish the ritual without the sufficient Heka needed. It would seem as though he desecrated a great relic. That is deeply unfortunate. But the fact of which that we have survived, Rono, are you okay?"
I don't think any of us are giving the appropriate weight to the fact that we were less than 6 seconds away from the world ending.
He, gives a sigh. The ritual was successful, and that was what happened. I can only be thankful that you were here, that it could be stopped. By all accounts, it should not have been. What happened?
Well, a lot of things happened. There was the, did we already show him the fang? We did, didn't we? Or did we not? Did we not bring it up to him? I feel like we actually didn't because we just didn't have the time.
Yeah. I think we got in here and he sort of began.
Yeah, law dropping us. Zarima will say, well, there were a few factors that threw things into. I'm not sure you would say our advantage. It was still quite a hard fight, considering Arano did die fully. But he is okay now.
You saw the Duat? And you returned? Possible, yet intriguing.
I know, right?
Come here, my boy. Yes. He kind of like stands up and sees the substance and goes, "What is this? Your heart does not beat. This is similar, not similar, some ways of... Before I had put this into Cora, she was dead, and she kind of like takes a moment and says, "A thing that big, the Uru, the gift, and our car being taken and used. I wish desperately to see the chamber."
I will turn and look at Cora. If she consents, I'll go with him.
She looks absolutely fucking exhausted in more ways than one, but she just kind of nods before giving a look to Rumbold. If anything looks out of place, if Arano tries to get you out of there, you listen.
I will. I absolutely will. But I wish for you to come with me. Your eyes seem dimmed. You were always so curious, and you fought. You fought with the power of hell behind you, and we survived. I understand if you are all exhausted fighting this. And I wish to see its body. I wish to see how. I wish to see what happened within this place. I saw that it had been killed before. They wrote about it on the walls. Well, you have to make sure it cannot return again.
I think she hears this and she would just give like a bone deep sigh, but nod, resolute, and just kind of like push herself to her feet.
I'll reach a hand down and help you up.
She takes it. Thank you.
Cora, it will take about a minute, but would you like a remedy?
Think Rahima could kind of see the smile in Cora's eyes, and she'd kind of chuckle. I don't think there's a remedy for this. I'm just gonna walk it off.
It is more of a spiritual one. They say good food heals the soul, right?
I don't think anybody wants to see me eat.
I feel as though we have seen many. We were discussing skin peeling earlier.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen Cora eat that yet, though.
Man,
Has Rahima not?
No, you guys have seen her drink a potion.
No, I
That's
mean,
it.
Rahima's like been to dinner with you, no?
Oh, yeah. Then yeah, I think Rahima would be extremely familiar with with how Cora eats and how disturbing it is.
I mean,
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, you go for it. She was just gonna say, suit yourself then.
She is grateful though. She like bobs her head and says thank you and like nods her head back towards the chamber, as in like let's get this shit done and get out of here.
Let's get this shit over with. Fair enough.
Orano, did you see hell's flames? Did our Lord speak to you? Did you
There's
see?
an uncharacteristic hesitation and gentleness to the look that he gives this old man. His eyes flicker to Cora, and
I
then
think- Oh, go ahead. I'm
deals and flints. And if you have something that you wish to convey before he ruins this man's entire perception of the
sorry.
afterlife,
I
now's the
think-
time.
Yeah, I think she would gently cut in and just be like, Father, he just got back. Maybe sometime.
Understood. It is a confusing journey. We have talked about it at length. Seeing the Duat is one thing in what we spoke of, and hearing the distant field of reeds of the Aro, the great doorways. He kind of is walking with you at this point, Rono.
I'll tell you the story again whenever we get home, but just give him a minute.
As he continues to dodder and sputter at me, I will graciously say, it was very swift, my journey there, and I am not quite sure in what I saw.
You see Rumble looks around the room, waiting to see some grandiose corpse and seeing nothing. He instead sees the wraps. Thousands upon thousands of wraps around the great body of this. And he looks and he rushes towards it and goes, This is the embalmment done by Anubians, done by Anubis' most favored, a high priest. These are the inscriptions of a high priest of Anubia. He kind of like looks up towards you, Cora, as though, look, you know?
Yeah, I think anybody can tell under the bandages she's smiling, like, taking in all the info, just like, yeah, sure is, Dad.
Gift laced and found. These are the wraps we've upset. But where did the corpse go? It's imperative that the corpse is kept safe and embalmed for its journey.
My memory actually fails on that point. Did it disintegrate, or I forgot what happened to it when it died?
Go ahead.
I was gonna have Angelique answer, and she'll say, "Actually, it sort of ate itself into oblivion."
Yes, of course. It is the Apepseth, the cursed child, devourer of its own tail. That is its method of power, not its death.
Well, let's hear.
We poisoned its body using the fang of Apophis.
What? He like rails back.
Cora flinches. We were in a rush.
No. Who used it?
Cora did.
Oh, no. He rushes up. And you see he grabs the wraps and he begins to hold them and say, which arm?
What do you mean,
Which
arm?
arm did you use it?
The right, my dominant.
You reach up your hand and you realize you don't feel your fingers. And they're just dangling in the gloves.
Oh, that doesn't seem good.
No. It just begins to wrap it immediately. You do not use the chaos of Apophis. Apepseth would devour all. He just begins to wrap it, and he kind of just goes over and over again. The fleeting power of darkness. We must bring it to sunlight as soon as opportunity. But before then, this will do. These were made for Apepseth, what it will do. And he kind of begins to wrap it. And as he pulls on it, you all see the long script trailing him like a great tail. And from the back forward, it ignites into flame. This beautiful blue indigo and light that you recognize. And the Hekar within the inscription flares outward and coats all of you. It sticks to you like ash. Rumbolt like reels for a second in confusion, and when he looks up at you, Cora, you can see half of one of his eyes is pure gold in the irises. What is the meaning of this?
Does it look like it's contact with the wraps that are doing this?
The wraps burn away in his hands into nothingness, and that's where it explodes out of.
Oh boy.
Does it seem similar to the blessing that I received? Or is it
Yes.
something else?
You realize that it was a slow flickering, right? Whenever you were sitting and talking to Belicia, when he disturbed the wraps, whether through his contact they burned faster or not, all of it's gone and exploded out. It's as if you guys were suddenly caked in all of it at once. And it is like beyond, like almost like a small sandstorm, twister amount of it.
Is it painful? Does it affect physiology?
Not at all. Instead, as it clings to your flesh, you feel warm. Like the light of the sun, but the power in your blood, in your veins, You look it down and you can see your hands beginning to shimmer with light for a second before it dims into your body. And is very fastly fading as it is absorbed.
I have no interaction with that, but that also makes me question about where the Fang is. If it's being manhandled now.
Hey. You see, he looks down. Rumble looks at his hands, his eyes. It's half one of his eye is gold as the side that got hit, and he kind of blinks and no. Cora, if you can, channel your Hakon into that hand.
She will try. And to answer your question, Arano, it's not in her hands anymore. It's fucking, I guess, wherever she would put a weapon.
Store in your belt, you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought Rumbolt had gathered the wraps and used that to take the Fang from you.
No. You wrapped Cora's hand with it.
Got
from
it.
my understanding. Right?
Yes.
Anamara?
Yes.
Okay. Copy.
He then says, the user of... You mustn't use it again. You mustn't hold it again. You will fade, like the day.
It was the only thing that got us the victory.
I am not upset with you. I am scared for you. He holds onto your arm. I understand, Diane. Oh. You see Rumbolt kind of stop, and he looks at this wall. He did not let me see this place. He did not. He kind of is still holding your hand as he looks around the walls. So it was. It was. I can read it all. I can see it.
What are you seeing?
It's the death of Apepseth. It was here in this room. It wasn't here in this room. It was in hell. It was. He kind of like begins to look around and he begins to blink. And you can tell as he's like sitting there, his eyes are glowing. You can tell with hellish energy. And he goes, the killer of Apepseth, it was a pharaoh. It was the great deceiver. He like pauses. It is oh no. I don't understand. It is here in this room that the pharaohs are crowned, and The pharaohs are given their crown and they're tasked with the purpose of the great the Ennead's movement, the continuation, the bringing of ends, the death of worlds. They were betrayed not by their own high priests, but a pharaoh crowned in this room. He was led astray by the Lord of Lies.
Led astray how?
He was... kind of like sits there and he begins to look at the walls more. Told the truth. The truth that these... the truth of everything. He pulls his head backwards and blinks. And they killed him for it. A spear of gold, driven through his heart. And his son was crowned. To fulfill the purpose. Untrusted. But they require the blood of Anubis. He looks back towards you, Cora. You are here, not there.
What? You're not making any sense.
He looks around to all of you. Looks around to you, Ignis. It is deemed here. It is found by poison. It is. He leans backwards, stifling a headache, clearly. The death of Asmodeus? What are we doing here?
I would like to look upon the wall
Yeah.
where Rumbold seems to have been
Yeah, me too.
disturbed most by this. And do I happen to perhaps see similar hieroglyphics that I saw on a box not too long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of like maneuver forward and you look at it and you can see illuminated by the green light hidden on this wall. You see a black cat. Beautiful horns. You can't read the hieroglyphs and exactly what they mean. But hieroglyphs tell a story, right? The depiction that he's looking at, there is a black cat with horns in a great field, looking up and speaking to a hyena-headed man with a crown, a crook, and an ankh around his neck. In the next depiction, the cat is run through by a golden spear, by a crocodilian-headed person. And the pharaoh, next. Speared through. And then, another crown to a wounded boy not but more than 5 a child. You can read a Nubian, Rahima. You've seen that
Right.
name before.
Mhm.
It reads, simply put, last king of the Anubian dynasty is crowned. The pharaoh, Amu, bearer of the Ankh of Life,
Isn't that Amu?
A-M-M-U, Amu. When you read it,
Hmm.
Rahima, the reason why it clocks is because Ankara is no doubt, in your mind when you look at this, the resting place of the Ankh, if you recall.
Yeah.
As we're gonna go to break.
Yo, no.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
That would make the translation that Rumbold gave me of Ankara make a lot of sense. That's crazy.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Ankh closet.
Yeah, that's where the Ankh is.
Yeah, it would seem as though
Yeah.
this Ankh is all right, and we return, and as you guys sit in front of the hieroglyphs, Rumbolt has not translated them for you to an extent, but Rahima, from what you can understand, you see this great, strange story, some betrayal written in stone, clearly made after many of the other hieroglyphs here. You see something of a great pharaoh with a crook on one hand and an ankh around the neck and a crown, this nemesis around the head, and speaking or being spoken to by some small horned cat. Then fades ahead to this cat being killed, bitten by a great snake, skewered by a golden spear, and then the pharaoh being killed by the great spear. Afterwards, a wounded small child, crowned with the same nemesis, crook, and ankh around his neck, the last pharaoh of the Anubian dynasty.
I don't know that I'd have any specific questions at this moment.
Yeah.
At this revelation. I think there's just a level of frustration at just being controlled, manipulated, foretold, like just was dying part of the plan too, you know?
Rumbold looks over at it all and says, "They needed a child of Anubis still. They needed the blood of the Ennead. And so they crowned the child instead of killing him. Sins of the father? Is that why they wounded him? Or was it a shield? How strange." He looks back towards you all and says, "But if Asmodeus was slain, How is Ignis? At all. He doesn't, like, elaborate on that. How is their devils? What happened here? What happened to us? I see Drazul in these hieroglyphs. I see a great rest. A great rest to the Duat for the journey. This is where they killed that pharaoh. His golden blood, stripped of its shine, of its divinity, it still stains these floors. I don't know what to do with this information. I do not expect any of you to have answers to these ancient riddles, but the way they speak of it, they finished the job. Their great war, they killed every god of our world. And they meant to leave and draw Apophis here. Is that why the Fang is here? Have we drawn it by using it? Or have we staved it off completely by killing its spawn? I could get lost in this place.
A lot. I think we've all been sort of burdened with things to think about.
Yes. Yes, maybe. But what is worse heresy, to kill the pharaoh, child of Anubis, or to that child to betray the but he just kind of trails off as he continues. He's mumbling under his breath as he's reading more and more on these walls. This whole place is covered with forbidden information.
Perhaps we take edgings and then go home.
Yes, that is a good idea.
Yes. Yeah, yes. And he kind of just like takes some scrawled paper that he has with him. You can see the ones that already had the depictions that he saw. The depiction of the crocodilian humanoid headed person stabbing into the black cat with horns. You see that there's like 1,001 things that he has carried around with him. He's like, I don't even have scrolls. Charcoal.
I actually think I do have a writing kit.
I
think. Oh no, I don't. No, I used it.
We must be swift. And he will.
Yeah, Ricky will help.
Yeah, if you want to give me a decipher writing.
Oh, no, I do have.
Oh, perfect.
I will say though, even if we didn't, I have prescient planner, so I would.
Oh, so you could have pulled it out right now.
Yes.
Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a decipher writing. And you guys can follow the expert on Rumbled if you want to. Because he is a master in the narrow lore that is Anubia. He's going to go around and do it. How long are you guys willing to spend? An hour, like sketching things down?
I would like an hour at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Take an hour.
How do we do follow? What?
Yeah.
It should be in the basic action macros. It should be a toggle. Follow the expert.
Yeah, but what skill?
It's gonna be lore.
Lore.
Okay.
Expert, master, legendary.
Master.
Ooh.
And then you guys can give me a decipher writing of your choice. Using that.
I don't know if that worked, but
Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm just seeing if you guys are like the secret roll is because I don't know. I want to see how much you guys are getting. You know,
Right. I'm so sorry. What was the roll?
the cipher
The
writing.
roll 2? Yes. Okay. Thank you.
So if they're doing that for an hour, can I look at all these unusual things?
Yeah. These.
Oh, actually. Oh,
I don't
sorry,
know
go on.
how that works.
Hmm.
And what unusual things would you like to look at?
There's unusual cane, unusual ring,
Ah, yes.
unusual shoes, potion, wand.
Absolutely. Here,
I think
dude.
Alright. I got an
Dude.
eye pendant you can take a look at. I've been hanging
Dude.
on to it since session
Dude.
2.
So for
I don't know
every
how to give it to you.
10 minutes, you can use this on you guys. If you want to put it in the party stash, I can
Yeah.
throw up its thing. Go ahead and take your choice. I've got
I-
everybody's cipher writings down.
I went to go trade with Arano instead. I did not.
It's all
I
good.
thought it would just give it
I
to
got
him.
too confused, so I'll do one of these.
Sure.
I'll do religion.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys can make 6 checks to try to figure out these things as you go.
There you go.
Nice.
She'd request you take a look at that as well.
sure. Me with my massive bonuses to all of these. I don't think. Let's see, Arcana, Nature.
So Ignis,
I am trained in none of these.
yes.
Maybe.
Luckily, it's not trained
But-
only. I don't believe, unless it tells you to.
All right, I got a
Am I
+2
rolling for all of
I'll
these?
try that.
It is giving me the rolls. And Ignis, it's not telling me what each of them are on. What was the first one on?
First one was the wand. I'm going backwards.
Okay.
Wand, shoes. This will be snake fang.
If it works, I'll do it. Like I'll mark it.
This will be ring. And this will be
Wand,
cane.
shoes, ring.
Oh, there's an eye pendant. I didn't notice that. Let me do that one last.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I've got that one posted in the chat.
Okay.
I did
Is this
in that
something only
order.
one person can do at a time?
Nope, you can do it.
Okay. Well, then get ready for some fantastic +2s.
And are you going for the
That's-
cane?
I'm going in order from top down. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys the benefit. Like you guys are working together on things.
Okay.
The only things that Ignis was unable to identify was the potion and the cane.
Okay.
If you want to lock in on those, I'm willing to say that give you like the benefit that you guys were working together and sorting them around.
Sure. I already gave you the cane.
Yep.
Here's the potion.
And you can do 3 on each.
That's a very nice way of saying that I failed.
Yes.
Oh, can I?
Well, if you fail, you won't be able to try again for a day. You can't just kind of keep
okay.
forcing it. I'm just,
Okay.
I want to see all 3 of them because you're taking the time to do it and you're comparing notes, so I'm being generous for this one. Ignis, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I was asking, what do you mean? Can I reroll or no?
You absolutely can reroll. Yes.
Okay.
Just let me know which one you want to reroll on.
I will reroll the cane then.
Okay.
And I didn't even roll once on the potion, so I'll do that once right now with the +2.
Arano is the only one that gets the potion. You get the cane with every roll.
Okay.
So Arano, you'll reveal what that is. And There you go.
Oh,
Oh, I see. It's in the stash.
It's all in the
Or is
stash. Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
Now these were entombed thousands of years ago. So be gentle with them.
Okay, so
Whoops. Hold on. Wait. That's my apologies.
it's okay. I can't spell his name either.
good.
All right. If you guys don't mind, I can post these to the chat so the chat can see it too. You want to?
hmm.
Oh, the-
Huh?
I heard that bite sound too.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know why I did that.
Yummy.
Whoa. Whoa. Well, we still have Skug punting.
Skug pun.
Skug punting.
And you did succeed once on that amulet. I've got that too. I'll identify that in your inventory.
I want to know so bad what that eye pendant was. It's been sitting in my inventory, just taunting me.
In the first combat.
Yeah.
All right. Over the course of the hour, I also want to ask Rahima, are you taking out the other eyes of Uro?
Unless I think that something bad will happen, then I think I would.
No, they actually look recently placed in.
Then yes, I would in order to start consolidating the hekar that we have.
I will put that you've 3 eyes of Uro. However, you are immediately encumbered.
This is true. I think Rahima would turn around. As much as I do think I'm a very capable person, I don't think I have enough strength to carry both of these. If I could get a hand, that would be great.
Yeah,
Hands on
Cora
board.
can take them. I got 2 more bulk before I'm encumbered.
They're 3 bulk each.
They are 3 bulky.
Good heavens. Okay,
Yep.
In that case,
I say,
Nothing.
I will
Fucking
be encumbered, but I
heavens.
can take it, I think.
Hell Knight Plate, why are you so heavy?
Hmm.
I would be
Both
Both
encumbered.
just one.
I can take one.
I'll take the other, it's fine. Be encumbered. I can't imagine we're sticking around for very long anyway.
To go over everything that you find on the walls would be damn near impossible. You see things about a great end, great movement, this the moon of the Ennead. You see depictions of a sun and then the lack thereof. You see a serpent swallowing it. You see the lead of the great set suit tech at the front of the Ennead, but at the beginning of the new journeys, he goes to the back of it and lays something downwards and holds out his hand, and you see a serpent there. You see at one point there's something about in the wall, not necessarily in these alcoves over here, but something about Amut, this crocodilian figure who is following below, swimming through the Duat. You see a crocodilian soon after given to a pharaoh. You see that there's a lot of like stuff. There's a lot of there's too much information for you guys to parse while you're just sketching down, and you're just kind of running charcoal across it all, you know. However, I would say you do confirm something, Rahima, and that is in the earliest depictions of the Anubian Empire at the beginnings of this chamber. It is shown that to be blessed or truly embraced by Heka and the gift, as well as to be embraced by the Aru and the Ennead, is to become a representation of them. And you see the human people that built it transform into serpent-headed humans that built this place.
Rahima looks a little smug, like,
You do confirm that about the ancient people. But there is one other thing I would say, and that is, it appears as though all of the serpent-headed ones are not denoted in many of the earlier terms as worshippers of Apep Seth or Apophis, but it seems as though this pyramid was built as a temple to Sutek.
I see.
And that it was in that way, but that's just some of the information that you glean. You'll have to spend downtime if you want to do research on this. But you have the equipment. You don't feel that you have everything. However, over the course of 1 hour, it does become clear to you that there is some rumbling, and you don't believe that this temple is going to last forever. There was a massive being that almost shook the entire foundations and broke it down in all but a couple seconds. And water is pouring into it.
All right. Well, I'm starting to get the feeling that we are out of time. So let's get a move on.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Hop down off of the thing.
Excellent. And I assume you guys are making your way out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Is this through the way that you came?
Well, based on
Ooh.
what I can see from the way that Militia came, that looks sus as fuck.
Yeah, we ain't gooping through that.
Yeah, let me.
You can check it out though. See what it does.
Yeah, I just want to look. Curious.
Walking through.
I
the
am
sewers.
Nah.
slow though.
Nah.
What, you don't want to walk through the sewers?
I mean,
Oh, hell nah.
unless you can, like,
Goop your way through?
like the first X-Men movie, just morph your way through the grate, then
Yeah, I think I'm good with what I know, but we will have to walk over the snakes again, and I don't think they're very happy with me.
nah. We've been in here for quite some time.
Callista is on puppy guard duty with Rumble,
Yes, please.
using her literal profession to do so.
Yes, please.
Boy, howdy, I am a little bit slower.
I heard a door.
Callista goes, hey, when the last of us got out of it, that big door closed.
Yep, that is so...
Yeah, it's appropriate. We should be moving.
I
Yep,
got
time
Hauke.
to
I
go.
got
Sorry,
Hauke. I got Hauke.
Thank you.
Whee!
He's trapped forever.
No, how could
You hear the
no?
thump of a bird-like creature against the door. Doom, doom.
You to the pool of which where
Alright.
blood was spilled into this place. And when you turn the corner,
Oh.
the causeway is empty.
Oh, thank goodness.
It swirls upwards.
Oh, hi, little dude.
One little guy.
Oh,
Yep.
man. I hope you forgive
You
me.
see one little serpent look over. and it just kind of like begins to slither up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We healed you. Everything is all good, right?
Uh,
And diagonal.
you hear, "Hello?"
Oh my god, I forgot about the cheesemonger.
So did I completely.
Hi.
Holy shit!
Wow,
You're
you
still
really do
here?
listen to directions. That's amazing.
It-
We should go home now.
It got
That's just-
rumbly, but
Yeah, it sure
Yeah.
did, man.
and you see, this is where the door is right here. It's wide open. You see out the doors is not a single speck of the rust. Everything is just gone. You see, it's like a beautiful old ruin with no markers of the red sand.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm gonna fireman's carry this guy.
Okay, probably a good idea.
And just whoop.
He gets picked over your shoulder. I imagine making it even more heavier than you're at. And as you begin to move forward, he goes, "So it worked then. You did as I asked, right? You did as she warned."
Yeah, man, sure.
Oh. He like nods and says, "Good. Then, yes, I suppose you came here found me. You didn't follow she who will usher doom. Oh, most pleasing. I have to.
Have some religious rapture later. We have to get out of here.
Well, I can go
It's a
back
little-
to my cheese
No,
shop now.
no,
Oh.
no. Yeah, I mean, well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you can go back to your
yes,
shop.
yes.
Yeah. I thought you meant back in the temple. I was like, hell no.
Yeah, we're gonna have it tomorrow.
I am just
Um,
happy I was able to help.
Is Snake Pal staying behind? What's the vibes on Snake Pal?
You look out and you can see clearly all the snakes have vacated like the area. Like they got out because they're no longer being lured here, and they're back into the environment. There's so many snakes in the local environment right now.
But what
Going
about
through the
that
sands.
Snake Pal?
That snake like looks up and kind of flicks, and then like is cautiously coming outside with you guys.
Aw, yeah. Freedom, little buddy.
You should adopt him.
I think he might not trust me, considering that I cut open his
you
belly.
You can earn his trust back and then adopt him. Have a fourth son.
Oh my god, you're so right. Cora, even with this guy on her fucking shoulders, just like crouches down and like sticks her hand out, like, huh? Home?
She kind of the little snake looks up and just kind of like slithers up so they don't have to touch the sand. They clearly look like they're domesticated.
Oh, you're so
Well,
friendly.
As domesticated as snakes get. It seems they know how it is like to be around people.
Used to
This
being
pleases
handled.
Cora
Yeah.
greatly.
They work from a pet shop, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah, good memory.
Hmm. My map
The
is not loading. I'm gonna refresh.
yeah, that's weird. As you guys come out and into the sands again, the sun crosses each of you, and the warmth of it feels like bliss. With the rust sand gone, there's no actual difficulty traveling the scorching dunes. And instead, when you look over, Cora, you're stepping outside, right?
Sure am.
When the sun touches your gauntlet, it's like whoever was sleeping on your hand got off of it, and the static begins to return of the nerves.
I think she like hisses out a noise of pain and just kind of like shakes the hand. Just weird.
It's like it was the top half of your fingers. Not like the top half is in like lengthwise, but like where the nail is and back towards your palm.
Yeah.
It's a strange feeling, but it seems as though it's dissipating the moment that you've touched sunlight.
Good to keep that one in the back pocket. Hell yeah.
You look over and Rumbolt looks out and says, "Where did all the people go? There was scholars and friends from Kirat and minotaurs and harpies and lizardfolk and Kenku. Trazul, 3 of them."
I think it's safe to assume those are the guys that got skeletoned, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah. I think Cora would just kind of like tilt her head a little bit. They ran into some trouble before we got here.
I see. Perhaps they left ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Callista says.
Yeah, man.
In a manner of speaking,
Sure they did.
from a certain point of view.
Mm-hmm.
They sure did leave
Yeah.
ahead of us. You know, leave the
And they
mortal
went
coil.
somewhere, all right.
That is true.
You guys hear a whistle. I'm not going to whistle because that would blow out the microphone. You guys hear a whistle from a good distance away, and then a wave, and Hauke taking up kind of immediately, like over your shoulder, lets out a squawk of recognition, and you hear Zuma
Yay!
let out a bellow in the distance.
Ahuatsi! I'm glad you're alive. It was a little bit touch and go.
What? You hear from a very far distance. You hear from like a good 340, like 400, 350 feet away.
What?
And you begin to see them cross the distance.
Which for the rest of us was hearing a Triceratops bellow and then hearing Rahima go, "Rrr, rrr," and then, "Rrr, rrr." Just for the image, the middle image needed to be painted.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Crossing the distance, you see very quickly, Zuma and Ahuazi are the tallest of the people that are there. Closely beside them, you'd see Windhowl is walking beside, as well as only one of the Ogrelins. Kind of begin to make their way up towards the temple. And Ahuazi kind of waves you guys, and they all begin to approach you. Callista gives a wave, and Rumble looks a little bit like worried seeing a fucking Triceratops coming this close, but you know, they're way bigger in person than you'd think they'd be. You would see Ahuazi yell out and say, we backed off considering all the snakes.
That is understandable.
She looks pale, all of them do. She goes, I didn't think that, we'd make it. But all of a sudden there was this movement under the sand. And then all of the rust disappeared, like it moved deeper into the wasteland. It's like they all ran.
I see.
I'm not gonna be upset about it. We were, for all intents and purposes, dead. Windhowl kind of looms over and says, and you come bearing news. Even the spirits left this place.
Yes, well, made some very interesting discoveries, and also we did save the world. You know, in a matter of speaking, and by a matter of speaking, I mean it very literally. So we succeeded, and we found the Rumble. So all good things.
If you wish to make it home, Kirat, before night falls, I can guide you through the buttes, the dry riverbed.
That would be helpful if you could.
She nods. It is Mokhtar territory, but they will not fight you with me by your side.
I see.
Ahawatsi kind of leans back and says, am I coming with you guys, or...
I think it would be a good idea to... Are you going back to Aquila after this?
We should. There's only me and... Kind of like leans down. Well, me and a half. We have to mourn. I don't mind.
Yes.
We can still make the journey, or if you say Al-Kirat is a place that we can rest and recuperate, I did not think they were friendly to us.
They're friendly to us, or at least neutral. But they should be happy to have you, as long as I'll pay the fee. You have definitely done more than enough. You should get the rest.
She gives a nod.
I have to be pinned. I will say that now.
Ahawatsi kind of leans back and says, Zuma and I can be outside the city then. Or,
Zuma. Yeah.
at worst, I hear there's a Colosseum.
There is indeed.
Maybe we'll be able to stable there and, I can pay back that fee.
I'm sure you would do great.
She kind of looks curiously and says, these topics of triumph seem to not be your current emotion. Did the Silent Serpent not lead you to victory? Did you not win?
No, the Silent Serpent led us to victory, but many revelations were had, and wounds were taken.
That does not seem. Do not wait. Wait for the night for that. She pats aside at Zuma. Zuma nods. Yes, wait. Food.
True Zuma food.
Which I imagine for everyone else is. And then
Yeah.
Rahima nodding.
Just like in the middle, yeah, we should wait for the night.
They nod.
Everyone looks at me so weirdly whenever I talk to dinosaurs.
It's just a little jarring.
Don't mind if I point out that it looks like you found more eyes of Oro.
Yeah, just a couple.
Well, they're your triumph. And surely such a gift, if you return to Ogrila, you would find Oro.
Thank you, Ahawatsi.
She gives a nod and says, dry riverbed. And they begin to move with you guys. If you guys are okay with that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. As you guys begin... Yep.
Nothing. I was just saying. I got cocky because I took heavy hauler. I'm still encumbered.
Yeah, they're very heavy. They're huge. They're worth 500 each. As you guys begin to walk, on that note, you do know that the Emerald Hourglass thirsts for a Ka.
Mm-hmm.
Sure does.
Sure does.
take off that bulk pretty easily. I don't know. I don't think you guys have talked about what you guys want to do with that thing, so I'm not going to speak on it more.
Yeah, we have not spoken on it.
Okay. So then we'll say, as you guys are traveling, the red rust has completely disappeared from the buttes at this given time, and thus you guys have no problems moving. You guys can make exploration actions if you want to, or if you guys want to go for full pace to make it home before dark, we'll just say that you guys are traveling, keeping an eye out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like
I'm
that.
satisfied with that.
I was supposed to say, I think, Cora's full steam.
Yeah.
She wants to go home.
Ignore the red in this rusty environment then, and we'll just say that this is not red rust. Don't worry, this is just sand, you know? And you guys can maneuver between the buttes. All right. As you guys do so, do you guys speak on anything?
Been an hour.
I don't think out in the desert, no.
Yeah.
At least not me.
Nah. Oh wait.
Yeah, Cora's kind of like uncharacteristic silent.
I mean, Rahima does like glance towards Angelique, but I assume it doesn't seem like Angelique is in a talkative mood.
Staring forward.
Mm.
Oh my god! No!
Giant cow!
We're gonna have to start digging. He's sunk in the sand.
No!
No! You have a shovel?
I have a shovel. Do you not?
No.
You went out into the
I do.
desert without a shovel?
No, I went out here in heels. You think I was fucking prepared?
No. But I didn't think you were a doofus too. Okay.
Used to being in groups. I don't gotta pack everything myself.
Foolishness.
If you guys have nothing to say amongst each other, as you guys move silently, preventing the end of the world, the sun is simmering over into sunset. Quietly you maneuver. Ahuatsi trundles over on top of Zuma. Thunderous echoes as it goes. The one O'Greelin, close by the one you guys fought in the Mokhtar. Mokhtar, apologize. Not that. That's a Minotaur. Makrem, I mean. Is with you guys and would ask of your triumphs, but doesn't speak very much, realizing you guys aren't really in the mood for talking. And Rumble is poring over the notes as you guys move.
Rahima will have slowly migrated over to Rumbolt to kind of like discuss what he's like looking at and sort of like, scholar to scholar type stuff.
It appears as though this holy rapture. I'm trying to find everything about their plan and end us. This holy rapture was a poison upon the very land. Apep Seth would draw Apophis. It was a sacred duty of Rashan, bearer of the Emerald Hourglass, to make sure that in time, all would end.
That is very interesting. Have you ever come across anything like this? You mentioned not.
No, well, as it says here, it is the sacred task of Rishen, and all Rishens, it seems as though this person lasted or changed. It says that Rishen's task is to also bear Apep Seth into the world, dying in the process. The first sacrifice to Sutek. I've seen nothing like this before, and according to this, and based off what I have read, and how the pyramid structure was on the outside, I don't believe the Arun knew. I believe this to be a task given to Rishen and the Pharaoh.
I see.
Although only those most
Secrets.
trusted. I don't even know perhaps if all of the Ennead knew. the end result of their journeys. But it's clear that if the door ever opened again, Apophis would find them, find us. So, while it is sad that I will never see the Uru and that they are truly gone, it's closure.
Yes, it could be much worse.
They do speak much of the forbidden art and the destruction that was to come. It was important that all of the Anubians be embalmed so that their spirits could move on to the Dua before the destruction. But they never speak on which Uru closed the doors. I believe all of the worshippers and those that would engrave into the walls were also put to rest. And then the door was closed early. Something.
Yes. But by what?
It does not say. It is not the Pharaoh that killed Apepseth, clearly, and it is not Asmodeus. It would have had to be one of the Uru themselves.
Yes, that does make sense.
Oh, strange. He kind of begins pouring over more of it as you guys are walking. Do you have any more questions? I apologize.
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah. You hear wind howl. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, Angelique would have popped up after that and just kind of Rumble. Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
Whenabouts were those events? The door closing and all that?
Oh, some close to 2,000 years ago. The doors have remained shut ever since.
She kind of rolls her neck and kind of... Okay. Right. Sure. Thanks.
Suppose.
What do you
I
want?
guess.
Yes, why do you ask? I mean, if you scholarly intent, one must wonder what happened to all of the spirits of the Anubians. One must wonder what happened to all the spirits of all of us.
Because I remember it. I remember it like I was there.
Really?
It was?
It was only when you started talking about it. I remember banging on the door, screaming for somebody on the other side, and then I remember hearing the field of reeds on the other side of it.
If you truly were within the Duat like Korra was, most assuredly you would wish to continue your journey, and if the doors are closed, if there is no more movement of souls, then what is even death?
I don't know. She like puts up a hand. I don't know. I know less than you. I only remembered that like a night or two ago.
I see.
And I don't remember no more than that. I don't even know if I truly was there. I remember being a child in, well, around the time of the city being up. Which was 10? No. She kind of just trails off.
Rhythmically in the distance, you guys begin to hear rock being crushed. Stamped. Arano, you know that stomp anywhere. As you sit here, Arano, that stomp is the announcement, a pronouncement of a hunt.
I think as soon as that starts, he's gonna wheel on Windhowl.
Windhowl has not reacted negatively. She holds onto the snake that you guys brought out, and when you whip around on her, she puts up a hand towards you and says, "It was inevitable. We will speak to them, and we will pass. I said they would not kill us. I did not say they would not approach us. I warn you that they're willing to come and see us with you here means the one who would come from the top peaks just to kill you is likely with them."
He'll kind of take a half step back, look at everyone gathered here, and eyes land on Rumbold. I won't start anything.
Windhowl gives you a nod and says, "Thank you." She looks ahead as spirits kind of begin to swirl around her, and you can see in the distance 3 minotaurs reveal themselves from the shadows. They were almost perfectly colored and like in designs and shapes that would blend them in with the environment, and they're stamping their hooves with 2 battle axes the size of seer in each hand. You would see in the distance harpies begin to flock in the distance. As you guys are walking on the dry riverbed, you can see that there is the bones of some great ancient dragon that is protruding from the riverbed. As Kirat is not permitted to be in the buttes, especially in this area, nobody would come to claim it or anything like. But as you guys begin to wander and walk, Ahuatzi begins to almost settle up and say, "That doesn't sound good."
Oh, I have been muted. Whoops.
Oh, I see.
Welcome
I
back.
was just going to ask how long have we been traveling?
At this point, I would say an hour.
Because I wanted to try a hour-long treat wounds on Rahima while we were walking, since I can mount people into it.
Absolutely, you can.
Can I also say that, like, Angelique was reloading her
Yeah.
gun during that
Yeah,
time? Because
that's
I did not. Okay. This is going to be a lengthy
Okay.
process.
Let me... heal. Okay. So if this succeeds, you get double healing to whatever the heck it is. Because it's an hour long.
Yep. She's...
So 20.
And,
Did I drop my cheese, man?
It's all right. I get him.
He's Mongol.
No.
Let me go get him.
Luckily, he's not quite as heavy as he could be.
Get
That's
it?
true.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
So, it's okay.
Angelique reloads. Angelique reloads.
Yeah,
Reheal,
I
reheal
wish
20.
there was a way to not have those. Those are both chambered, right? Okay, I'm chambered.
Don't bother me none.
All right. You see the 3 minotaurs and a bunch of harpies begin to roost and begin to let out low, high-pitched cries, clearly alarming everybody, or at least alarming you guys of their presence. Ahuatzi's with you guys. Callista looks over and kind of gives like a, "What should we be doing right now?" Do you guys have any immediate actions that you guys would do or things that you would take?
So I have the Ioro chunk.
Yep.
What I did was I took my pup tent and wrapped it around the Oro to,
Disguise it.
one, make it be wearable.
Yeah.
Something to tie on.
Yeah.
And then 2, to conceal it.
That works well for me.
But I would, if she has the space for it, pass it to Callista just to kind of free up my mobility, just in case.
When
if she has the carry capacity.
Callista absolutely does, and Callista would sling it over her shoulder.
Okay.
I think I would gently set down my cheesemonger behind me.
Okay.
Don't.
Very well. Ahuatsu kind of on the back of it, of Zuma goes, "What's the plan? They didn't do that when I came through."
I think we try to talk.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into another fight today.
Negotiation's gonna be our best bet here.
Rahima, make sure to heal from the chat.
Sorry, I had to do my stuff.
It's 10 more than that, too. Windhowl says, "Everyone who would not fight, or cannot fight, stay here. Arano, you must come."
Fucking out of here, man.
He's like, I'm out of here. Bye.
Dude, he ran.
He's like, anyway.
Just turned and ran.
Got unencumbered and just booked it. No, it found the
Also-
dead zone on the edge of the screen real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm so sorry. I accidentally only gave you one Eye of Oro, I think, Arano. So let me give you the other one because I am very encumbered.
No,
right
I was
now.
holding the other one. I gave it to the cheesemonger. He's holding it right now.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you got it.
Yeah.
No.
I had one. Arano has the other. Arano gave his to
Okay,
Callista.
okay.
I gave mine to Mr. Cheesemonger. He's just gonna
Sick,
have to
sick.
hold on to that for now.
Thank you.
Weigh him down like the hammer of Thor or some shit. I don't know.
Windhowl walking and begins to speak in Aklo. If anybody here understands it.
I understand it. I do.
She says,
Ignis, stay with Angelique.
"Where once there was beautiful life, itself running through this place. All could drink, all could drink. It was not the tieflings who dried these rivers. Do not challenge in such a place that your own hatred..." There's a stamp that ends. Whistles begin to grow as she begins to speak to these minotaurs and the harpies. She speaks over it. "Your hatred burned the rivers dry. Do not spill more blood. A great gift has been given to the buttes. Do not call the will of the enemy back to us." One of the minotaurs steps forward. And from this distance, hits the hoof on the ground and says, "Blood begets blood. He will die here." They point a great axe at Arano in front of all of you.
I think it is to his incredible great grace that he does not immediately draw a weapon, but stands stoically, having a weapon pointed at him by a minotaur.
And you would die. Like many. These are not your enemy. Look upon them changed. You may change too, even if he cannot. Return home. Do not call him out here. Let him rest. There is a whistle in the wind and a speaking of the sirens of the harpies. as they begin to bellow towards each other. You hear the spirit, quiet. You hear, witch. You hear from one of them calling down, a harpy says, "This is not your war to end, Windsong. You carved your side. Do you forget that they are under the thraldom of the great enemy? Do you forget that they lie to you? Do you forget that all they are lies?" Windhowl stamps her own feet, and you see spirits begin to surround her. And she says, "Bring him then. I care not to listen to the whelps of the matriarch. I'll speak to him myself if I must." The harpy lets out a scowl and flies away. She looks down towards you guys, and in common just simply says, "This will need to be quick." Do you guys say anything? Say anything before, as you can see, one of the minotaurs will bend over towards a cave and go inside of it.
Quick as in we're making a quick getaway, or quick as in we need to kill everybody in record time?
She looms down, and it seems as though her thing is, we need to speak quickly. That harpy leaving isn't a good sign for us.
I see.
Yeah.
I think the only thing Arana does is take his hand over his chest and simulate compressions.
Not really. Again, I'd rather not fight. I mean, I speak Aklo as well. I can try to help, but...
You should try.
Give it a shot. I don't know if they'd listen to me, though. I'm just a woman with a gun.
We are all the same spirits. She looks ahead and says, "Even him. Even now."
Angelique, let me help you. Give you a little aid. Or guidance, rather. Sorry, I misspoke.
There is the stomping returning, and it doesn't get lost in you, Arana. The stomping is mimicking your compressions.
Repeat.
You see Windhowl looks down and says, "This will be the first time you've seen him since the Great Burning, is it not, Arana?"
There's a twitch to his eyebrows and his nose, and that's as close to a nod as you're going to get.
Very well. She looks ahead and says, "He is not lost in it, just as you are not lost in it. Do not spur him to fight. You have something he needs." A light begins to glow inside the cavern. Simmering and smoldering, you hear the bellow of a cow. It echoes through the canyons, unafraid of anything that could hear in this place. Smoke begins to pour out, and stamping forward on legs being held up by stone, rock, and smoldering flame, a chain bound to the belly of this beast. You've heard that stamp before, Arano. You've not seen him since the Great Caldera. Stepping out, you have no doubt that this is nothing less than the Mountain King. However, what steps out of this place is anything but a normal, honorable Minotaur. You first see the fire, the flames, the skull, and carrying himself forward, without the other Minotaur there, is a bovine who has lost all the flesh on its head. It stumbles forward, a great axe in one hand, made entirely of obsidian. Low flames, light and dim like a fire and a heartbeat. As it stamps its way forward, the other Minotaurs all stamp in unison to its steps. This great being stares down into the dry riverbed. It speaks in very bad common, but common nonetheless. Butcher.
Doesn't respond, but he does hold his head up a little bit higher, not making any attempt to duck, hide, or avoid notice.
Mm-hmm. You hear in the distance the harpies begin to call and begin to make sounds, and you would immediately recognize, Orano. The distracting cries of them are trying to turn your head away. Do you turn away from Belai?
No.
Okay. As this happens, he stomps a foot and says, "Face me again, Butcher."
He thinks about everything that he experienced in the last day. He thinks about the lifetime of pain and hate and anger. Thinks about what led him here. And how much we all fought to save everyone, all of them. And I'll say loudly, clearly, what good would that do either of us?
It illuminates the eyes of the skull. I will have my revenge. My family will rest.
Your family does rest. They rest with mine.
Oh, you cowards. Dishonorable butcher. Give me back our child.
Oh.
Wind
Cora
howl.
shoots him a look, but
Yeah,
does not say a word.
Angelique just kind of side glances at him.
Wind howl speaks when that's brought up and says, "Blood is not a path to freedom, my love. You must wait."
My love?
Shoots Windhowl a side glance.
Everybody's catching side glances right now.
Yeah, look at everyone.
You see the Mountain King staring down, flames barely brimming to burst. If you will not bring me my son, I will burn all that walk in my canyons. Borrow you home. Burn your city. I care not for the water I deny you. I care not for the village I stormed for. Does it mean nothing to you?
With a heavy, heaving sigh. If you kill me, you won't get him back.
You see the great axe barely reaches off the ground before you see him stifle his fist, which begins to get covered in flames. You actively see a chunk of flesh fall off of the arm as it burns him alive. That is the only reason you breathe, Butcher. Why I came all this way. She thinks you change. She thinks you're mortal. But you're beasts. You've always been beasts, backed into a corner by my people. Come back to our canyons. Let's have one more bout, one more bloodbath. We will not be tricked this time. You and your fiend will not have the upper hand.
Then what if you're wrong?
Then I will die, tasting your blood, and smile, the lipless smile.
Even just a day ago, 1 day ago, I'd have wanted to hew your hide and wear you as a cloak. But you have no idea what has just transpired not 2 hours ago. Grant us passage. Let us go through, and your son will be returned.
Devils.
A contract, then.
Listen to this one. They are bound by spirits like us. They cannot break a contract, as we cannot lie.
I think Cora would produce a missive if you'd say that I've got one.
Yeah,
At Amero.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bly the Mountain King takes one step forward, and you can begin to feel the heat coming from this skeletal minotaur, who's still very much alive, but something else. You see him look down at you from this cliff face. What are your terms?
Orano, name them. I will arbitrate.
I, Orano Karakaze, of the red haze will pass through unharmed along with my people here. Return to Kirat and release Ironhoof. Silver-haired, healthy, and free of any restraints. I will escort him back and release him without any further violence.
Sour the Rhino River. I will remove all water from your desperate region you stole from us. I will kill every last water spirit still clinging to desperate life, just so I can watch you and your people shrivel and die like my ancestors.
Enough grandstanding. Are those your terms?
Yes, those are my terms. He looms downward. And in exchange, you will walk this riverbed with no violence. And you and I will. You see, he grasps at the chest of his heart as it burns more flesh off of him. And I will prevent the matriarchs of the harpies from luring you to the grave. Son.
For your son. Nah. You would see Cora dip a claw into the heka of the open wound on her chest and sign this blackened parchment before she hands it to Arano. Sign it.
He goes to remove the gauntlet off of his hand. He goes to bring his fingertip to his teeth, his fang teeth, but stops and instead presses it into the hole of his chest. And if it does, will sign where his heart used to be.
Is this a cliff?
It's the side of a dry riverbed, you know? Like, it's like a sand. You can
Is
see...
he approachable, I guess? is
Yes, he also
Okay.
seems to come to the edge of the riverbed.
Fantastic. Then I would in turn give the missive to this flaming minotaur.
As you come close, he's alive. And it's in
you
the
are,
worst
you guys are
way.
brave being in strangling distance right now.
I'm keeping within arm's reach of Rano.
You see smoke begin to bore out from the chest cavity at its breath, and it almost begins to surround you guys and choke you just by being this close. Its blood is on fire. Arano, you haven't seen Belai the Mountain King since the Caldera, right? The war was over. You knew that he lived. You did not think he was this way. Are you betraying anything as you look up towards this thing clinging to life by flame?
I am struck at the living flame within his chest and the absolute irony of what has happened in the last day.
He looms down and just takes the flaming hand and just begins to sign with his claw, which is what's left of his finger.
Hell yeah.
Name death. I have a new patron, Butcher.
As soon as he signs, Cora just kind of like ignores the barb and just snorts. The deed has been witnessed. Signatures are made. The deal is done.
You will walk. Watch and wait. He looms downwards. And I think he suddenly snaps at Angelique and sniffs the air.
Huh?
You.
Hey?
He points directly at you. Flame of my flame.
All right, now
So-
Angelique's getting a side glance.
I don't.
It looms back to full height. I await. Come.
So I don't know what you mean by flame of my flame. I've never met you before in my life. I'm pretty sure.
It leans back.
Wait, what was that? I didn't.
Nor have I.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I breathe your smoke from your weapon. We will have his wish be done.
His wish.
Walk away. Angelique. Walk away.
There's not an angry look. There's a quizzical. Whose wish?
Eternal flame.
Can I recall knowledge on that name?
Yeah.
May I also, if it's okay, I know I'm not
Yeah.
super close, so.
By the way, all the minotaurs and harpies are like hair trigger from making this a
yeah.
bloodbath.
Trying to decide if I want to use my guidance on this, but I've already rolled. If it's below a 10 on the die, I'd reroll.
It is.
I
As would I.
will deduct a hero point
You'll
and
need to
roll again.
as well, Ignis.
Okay.
Of course you do. Angelique. Of course you do. Ignis. Of course you do, Rahima.
How could you not?
How could you not? He was introduced to the Ruby Court. Yasar Al-Fashir,
Yeah.
the wielder of the Eternal Flame.
Son of a bitch.
He looks down at you, nods slowly, and then says, "Yes, we wait. You're ready."
War.
I think, Oh, sorry, go ahead, Angelique.
No, she just kind of nods slowly. War. I see. She's
Think,
putting. You can see her putting pieces together. Sorry, go on.
I think, Cora would just kind of, like, give a dry laugh at the war comment. Await the war. She, lets a hand up, and the missive, like, goes up. It disintegrates, but it just means the deed is done. It's sealed.
Mhm.
Await the war. Await your son. And then she'll kind of herd her friends away. Arano, ding ding ding.
Rano.
Taste it.
Arano.
When your sons return to you, remember that you almost burned it all away with that last little word you just had to have.
He walks more like stalking you all, and you see the minotaurs begin to follow on the side of the riverbed.
I think Cora would give a whistle for everybody else to follow that was sitting behind.
Wintao gives a gracious nod to all of you, and those that are in the very back all push ahead quickly. You guys see harpies, dozen of them, begin to gather on the top cliffs, but they do not act until Belai is going to as well. And together, you guys walk this dry riverbed.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say, as you walk down, being stalked by the Mountain King and the Mokhtar clan, is we're going to be where we call our session.
No.
We're at time! I'm sorry, we're at time! We're at time!
Dude.
God damn it.
Dude, you've
Welcome
grown
back to
so
town.
much! Arano, you've grown so much! Look at you!
Yeah.
Grew a heart where you
shaking
lost
like
one.
an angry chihuahua.
Dude,
What's wrong?
if there's one thing I hate more than anything, it's being right.
What's wrong?
I had a personal theory of what was happening in Al Kirat en masse, and yeah, I just got to. He let it slip.
See,
The second he said he's got a new patron, I was like, yep, okay, there it goes.
Yeah, alright. Cora's simple. She just hates a bitch that's got to have the last word.
Okay. I will...
That's my
good session, everybody. I hope big lore drops, big all that, but I'm very excited for us to continue next time we play, which will be on a Thursday. It'll be in a week and a half after the move is done, and we'll continue on the next escapade. You guys can return. You guys go to the pyramid. You can return this, apparently this son of Belai, the Mountain King that you guys have unwittingly had sitting around. And
He's just sitting.
yeah, he's just sitting somewhere. That's surely what he's doing. I'm very excited for us to jump into more lore. I wasn't sure if you guys would be willing to go into the dry riverbed and this interaction even happen, but because Wintao was just like, yeah, you guys can, yeah, we're gonna go through. Obviously, Wintao had the ulterior motive of making this conversation happen, or perhaps she didn't. Who knows?
Who knows?
But clearly, she wants her son back. Hopefully, but in any case, I appreciate you all a ton. Thank you so much.